Welcome, everyone. It's great to have you here today. If you haven't already, put your name in the chat, tell us where you're from, and tell us what SheEO means to you. We're going to kick off the day by having an acknowledgement of country. And so I'd like to ask Leanne Saunders to do that for us.
Thanks, Connie. Yidamurang, hello in Wiradjuri. My name's Leanne Sanders. I'm here on Wiradjuri country and I'm a Kamilaroi, Mari Mari, Tari Tari, Lachi Lachi woman and also have Wiradjuri ancestors. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians on the land which I am on and also acknowledge the land that all of yous are on and pay my respects to the elders past, present and future. And I'd also like to thank the SheEO for creating such a beautiful space where we can have a mindset of decolonising current structures and systems and to be able to support us to go back to our traditional ways. Mandangul, thank you, Wiradjuri.
Thank you, Leanne. That's a beautiful acknowledgement of country, and it just feels like a warm welcome to get us started this morning. Look, I'm really glad you're all here today. It's a great place to be, to either start your day or end your day or right in the middle, depending on where in the world that you are. The point of our call today is we actually have three things we want to do. We want to give you the experience of SheEO, learn a little bit about this community, learn about this network. And I use this word experience because you really have to experience this network, and that's what we want you to do today. And of course, we'd love to invite you to become an activator. So I'm going to stop for a second and let Nat play a video, and then I'll run through what the day is going to be.
Six years ago, 500 women stepped in and followed the dream.
This is really a global network of change.
I want to build a legacy. You can't do that alone.
It gave us a vehicle to make the change that we wanted to see.
You know, I found my people, right?
SheEO had to be created as a community because all of those other systems failed. And so the honesty around how really hard it has been refreshing and inspiring.
They are serious when they say that they are interested and invested wholly on the well-being of entrepreneurs who are literally taking care of the world's to-do list.
If you need something for your business, please ask for it. This is your space, this is your time.
It didn't feel like closed doors anymore. It just felt like the more I asked, the more doors that open.
We had the support we needed to finally believe in ourselves and grow.
I always knew that there was a different way to do business.
SheEO has put us on the radar. For the federal government now, we've just received over $500,000.
It's because of that group that I felt safe enough, that I felt strong enough to root down and to stand up and to ask for what I need.
We need your voices because our world is stuttering, and we need your wisdom and knowledge and your feistiness.
At SheEO, we often talk about how transforming systems start with transforming ourselves. And I do think that this work, this personal work that's often extremely uncomfortable, is really where we need to start.
And if you need a kick in the butt, dream it, design it, quit screwing around and just do it.
We believe here at SheEO that everyone has something to give and contribute no matter what age or stage you're at.
All of my dreams are coming true that I've been dreaming for a long, long time.
Thanks, Nat. Very inspirational. I think that is a nice cross-section of what it's like to be part of SheEO. And we're going today we're going to hear from three different people. We'll hear from one of the people who works in the headquarters, that's Susie Penn. We're going to hear from an activator, Harumi Gando. And we're going to hear from a venture as well, Audra, and I hope I'm saying your name right, Rena, of Ear Access. We're also going to spend a good chunk of time letting you talk to each other, because that is really where the magic happens. So let's get started, and I will ask Susie Penn to jump right up front and talk to us a bit about SheEO.
Hello everyone. For those of you who have not met, my name is Susie, and I joined the team a little over a month ago. I can't say it's my first month anymore. It's my second month, and I've been an activator for the last 5 years. Just spent 2 years in New Zealand, being able to really be part of the community there, and loved working with the ventures that I got to meet in New Zealand, and feel very grateful to be able to step into this opportunity in this team to support the wonderful community that you'll meet through today, and hear from our ventures as well. Not yesterday, 2 days ago was International Women's Day, at least in North America. And if you've seen our IWD campaign, this year we had a campaign around IWD for me, and took a day off to celebrate all the work that women and non-binary folks do in our community. And I took some time to reflect on what the first month working SheEO has been. I'm just going to read a little bit of my LinkedIn post to put those thoughts into words, to share a little bit of what SheEO is. So this year for IWD, I want to share what my first month of SheEO has been. And to summarize, I'm learning that it's possible. It's possible to be on a team that genuinely cares about you and is excited that you're here. When I had a hard time onboarding in the middle of a move to a new country, multiple people on the team have reached out to me to say and check in to express, I'm so glad you're here. Nat and Finn were 2 of those people who are on this call today. It's possible to show up to work fully as yourself with all our baggage and the messiness of being human. Having a bad day? Tell the team and we'll cover for you. Want to take a nap? We encourage that. We trust the team to take care of themselves whatever way we need to show up and be our full beings. It's possible to have a culture of radical inclusiveness, not because of checklists, not for marketing, but for building a first principle inclusive community, because it's what we want to do. It takes a lot of learning and unlearning to practice radical inclusiveness, and we're not afraid of the hard work, even if that means changing our name and our brand to become more inclusive. It's possible to transform systems without working for the government. This is the part I feel most excited about, because everything we do in this community is about transforming systems. Systems of funding, systems of power, systems of entrepreneurship, and systems of colonization. When you have a community of folks who believe that a new future is possible and want to use their influence and resource for impact, it's incredible to see that what systems can change. It's possible to find the others that believe in the same values, where generosity is the default. I remember joking at a hackathon that we should build a filter on LinkedIn for kind human beings, because that's what I was looking for. And that filter for me is SheEO, because we have a community of radically generous women and non-binary folks who have literally paid to be here to help each other. It's possible to build an amazing business without being any sort of traditional entrepreneur. It's possible to be a great founder without meeting any of the criteria a typical venture capital would have. It's possible to do business on your own terms when you have the support of a community. It's possible to change the world with your gifts. The best part of my job is getting to work and meet the amazing founders who continuously show up for the work they do on the world's to-do list, and it's an absolute honor to learn and support them. And this is all possible because of our entire team, our community, and our partners that make up SheEO. So with full gratitude and the honor of International Women's Day, I wanted to celebrate the amazing non-binary folks that I get to work with, acknowledge the difficult but rewarding work we do every day. And it's only been a month, so I'm excited to see and learn more about what's possible to come. Thank you.
Wow, Susie, 1 month? That's amazing. I love that, and I love what you said about you just feel welcome. That's so much of what I feel with SheEO as well. It's just, you show up on your own terms, and you're absolutely welcome to be just who you are and to share your gifts. And it's that opportunity to contribute, which I think is just so special. So look, we're going to now move to hearing from one of our activators, Harumi Gando, who is beaming in from Japan.
Yes, hi, good morning over here. It's just a little past 7 a.m. My name is Harumi Gondo. I'm Japanese, but I grew up in the US, so my passport is also US. So I moved to Tokyo about 10 years ago. Right now I'm a personality type coach, so I train companies, and I've created an NPO around personality type. But when I first moved to Tokyo, I didn't know anyone. I had no friends, no community, nothing. So for the past 10 years, I basically had blinders on. So I just was building a community, nothing else. And so just committed there. And finally, there's a foundation that's built. I built up my company and then the NPO. And I kind of took my blinders off and I looked around, came up for air, and I was like, oh my God, what, what is going on around outside of my community? I had no idea. So I was like, oh, I have to. And I think this is how women naturally are. Like once you build your nest, then you're like, okay, how can I help others around me? Right. So I looked around a little bit and I didn't really see what I was looking for on LinkedIn or other different communities, but I wanted to commit somewhere. So I saw someone's post on LinkedIn, and then I was like, oh, what is this? What is this SheEO? And the reason why I've only activated a little over a month ago, maybe a few weeks ago. But the reason why I decided to commit to SheEO is because, first of all, I wanted to commit somewhere. And I think I think that is important. And I also like the idea that you invest money in the commitment, because I think you have to put skin in the game. You have to have skin in the game in order to really commit yourself, because it's easy to commit for free, but once you have money there, you're like, oh, okay, let's build this nest. So that was important for me. Another thing is that I wanted to commit with women, because even if you don't get anything back directly, you know that when you're working with women, and especially women who have built up their own business, have a passion, and they're actively working with that passion, then you know that that investment is going to go somewhere. It's going to make the world a better place. So I really like that, working with women who are going to build a better nest for all of us. And then the third thing that has been really exciting for me, looking at, I check the Slack channels like once a day. I just read what's going on and what everybody's doing. And it's so inspiring to work with successful women who are passionate, who are building something. I mean, it's just amazing to see all the different kinds of range of things that people are doing. So those are the three reasons why I chose to commit to SheEO. And I haven't been as involved because it's just been a few weeks, but I have been involved with the finance track. So I thought, oh, the finance track is going to be, I had to like look at my numbers and da. But what actually happened was that I was able to clarify my vision for what I'm doing with my company. And that was just an amazing experience, just to see, I see the light, but then I saw my next step kind of thing. So that was cool. Another thing was that I like to look at the Ask channel where people are like, I need some help with this. There's this one woman, her name is Lisa Bragg, and she's writing a book on bragging. And so what I did was I gathered up some women in Tokyo, and we did a Zoom panel, and that was really exciting. And even for the Japanese women to talk about bragging, to see what, how they looked at bragging. So that experience was interesting for my community, and I think it helped Lisa as well. And then the final thing I wanted to say, I was happy to see that Edita Atek is on this call as well. She was the one that introduced me to SheEO, and just talking to her, I was like, this is exactly the kind of people that I want to commit with. So I think my minute and a half is up, but yeah, I'm looking forward to committing more, giving more, because I think that's going to make a difference. So thank you.
Thank you, Harumi. That's lovely. And again, it's amazing to me when I hear people, you've been here just for a few weeks or a month, and already connecting and getting so much out of this network. I love the thing that you said about, you want to put money in it, you want to put some skin in the game. When I first joined as an activator, that was my whole thing. I was going to put in my $1,100. We used to do it by the year. And that was going to be the end of it. I just wanted to commit to helping women and non-binary people grow their businesses. I could not have invested a better $1,100 in myself had I chosen to do it that way, because there's just so much for activators in this organization. But it's not about me. We're going to move on now, and we're going to make it about you. This is an opportunity for all of us to connect with each other. Because really what SheEO is about, what I feel like the magic is the connections. And it's that, you know, connect with another human being, just in your own way, at your own pace, and just make that connection. So what we're going to do is Nat's going to mix us up, pair us with somebody, and it's just your chance to introduce yourself, hear about the other person, have a very quick connection. It will be about 5-6 minutes. Okay, see you back.
Enjoy your breakouts. If you end up alone, give me a second and I'll find you a friend.
I hope you had an amazing conversation and you met somebody. One of the things that I think is so cool about SheEO is you end up meeting someone that you probably were never going to meet otherwise. And it is surprising the number of times that is just the person you needed to meet today for so many different reasons. Or maybe you were just the person they needed to meet today. So I hope that happened for all of you and you had a good connection. We're going to make a little shift now, and we're going to hear from one of our ventures. So I want to introduce Audra, who is going to talk with us about the venture that she started and is continuing to run, which I just heard a little bit about myself, and I think is pretty exciting. So I'll turn it over to Audra now.
Hi, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. So my name is Audra Rainey, and I'm the founder of a company called Ear Access. And we bring affordable hearing aids and hearing services globally. And I've been a SheEO venture here in Canada since about a year now. And it's just been an amazing journey, really very supportive community. And it's actually hard to put into words until you've actually been a venture and activator. I think it's super, super supportive community. So a little bit about what I do. Ear Access really responds to the global challenge of the fact that there are over 1.5 billion people on Earth with hearing loss. About 500 million of them have disabling hearing loss, but fewer than 9% have access to the hearing aids they need, even though most of them can benefit from hearing aids. And that's basically because hearing aids remain very expensive, at an average about $2,000 a unit, but cost as little as $50 to manufacture. So Ear Access is really out there to kind of disrupt that status quo, bring affordable hearing aids to people who need them, and also to train more people to become technicians, audio technicians, because the other challenge is there are not enough audiologists. So Guatemala, one of the places where we work, only has one audiologist for the whole country. The Philippines, a country of 106 million people, has about 80 audiologists. So as a company with a strong social mission to bring affordable hearing aids and hearing care to people, we've also developed a training program and trained over 350 people, mostly women, to become audio technicians across several countries. And we're particularly active, for example, in the Philippines, where recently we've also launched a program for children under the age of 5 for early hearing aid intervention and early hearing interventions in general. We use a lot of mobile tech in our work and new technologies to be able to scale globally. So to date, we've reached over 45,000 people with hearing care and or hearing aids. And we're just getting started. So we're really excited to be on this journey and for all the support that we've gotten from SheEO, which in this amazing community. We are just entering now our first seed round. So as we prepare for this raise, I think I was asked today to make an ask, and I think that ask today would be anyone here who would be interested in helping us be a champion for Ear Access or advise us in this raise and as we grow. We would welcome that and would love your help and support on this journey. So before I end, I just want to say a quick story. Is that I've been at this now for 10 years, not just with Ear Access, but with a nonprofit I started. And one of the moments that really sort of changed my life was this little boy that we fit. He was 8 years old, and he was hearing for the first time, and he was giggling as he was getting his hearing aids because he could hear the women technicians around him. And then his father walked into the room. And he turned called the boy's name. And when Matt heard this boy turned to his father, he ran into his father's arms and broke into tears, because it was the first time he was hearing his father's voice and connecting that voice to his father. So these are amazing moments. These are life-changing moments, and bringing hearing aids to people who need them really will change their life. And that's really ultimately we're about connecting people, and children and adults, so that they can reach their full potential. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Audra. That is a beautiful, beautiful story. I listen to that and I think about hearing is what connects us with others. It allows us to connect. And to hear that story about the little boy and his father is it's wonderful. And I can imagine you have hundreds of those stories to tell. I must admit, I'm a bit shocked to hear such a tiny percentage of people are able to benefit from a product that's clearly workable and could be available. So thank goodness for your venture. You certainly have my support. I think that's fantastic to hear about. Okay, so now we have heard a bit from headquarters, we've heard a bit from an activator, and we've heard a bit from a venture. So now is your opportunity to, and we've had a little connection with each other. Now we're going to get a little bit bigger connection, a little bit longer time to spend with each other. So we have a couple of things that are pretty typical within SheEO. Number one, we want to do in this breakout is to give all of our guests an opportunity to ask questions, just learn a little, whatever's on your mind about this organization, this community. We'll put you in a little bit smaller group so you can ask those questions and just check people out. Secondly, one of the things that we do at SheEO, we have what we call the Ask Give. When I first heard this, it's like, what's that all about? But it's pretty cool. It's an opportunity to ask for what you need. And it's an opportunity to contribute, to give what you have. It is one of the few places I think I have ever been where I have felt comfortable asking for exactly what I needed. And I encourage you to do that. If it's your very first time, you're a guest, we would welcome you asking for whatever it is you need. And the people in the room will try to help you with that challenge in whatever way they can. You'll be shocked as to how much people try to help. And if you've got something you can offer, please do. This is a place you could make a contribution and it will absolutely be welcomed. So we're going to give you, we'll have probably about 20 minutes or so in our groups. You're going to get mixed up with different people, so please introduce yourselves. If you're new, ask the questions that you want to ask. Otherwise, give an opportunity for ask and give in there. We'll have some facilitators in each group to help out with that. Now I'm going to ask you to, as you're going through and having your chat, I want you to come back and have 3 words, just 3 words to describe what was that experience like. Okay, everybody good? Well, off you go then.
Thanks, Connie.
Everybody. Hope you had a great discussion. As always, I find these things just go so quickly. You think it's going to be a long time, and then it's like all of a sudden it's like 7 seconds to go. When did that happen? Anyway, I hope it was good for you. I would love it to hear some of the 3 words that you came up with in your group. You can put them in the chat, or please just unmute yourself and tell us your 3 words.
Okay, I can unmute myself. In my group, we had Christy from Australia come up with the 3 beautiful words that were insightful, inspirational, and educational.
Wow, thank you. Those are great words. How about others of you? I see some things coming up in the chat. I see sharing, confidence, and listening, building loving confidence, diversity, inquisitive, participatory. Anybody want to unmute? Please do if you like. I'm seeing humble, inspired, heartwarming. So just have a look there in the chat, some really lovely words coming across. Okay, I'll let those keep coming and we'll move ahead because I don't want us to go over time. I will just take a moment and thank you, but we're not going to wrap up quite yet though. What I want to do is turn you over to Nat, who's got a few words to say from headquarters.
Thanks, Connie. I have to say, you have been such a delightful host today, holding us all together, just like a warm hug. It's been really beautiful to watch. So thank you for sharing your gifts in this way. I know today you heard a lot of wonderful information from amazing people. Hopefully you're feeling inspired, connected. So I just wanted to take you through a couple of key points in our activator experience. This is sort of our roadmap of what happens when you get welcomed into this community. To start, you get welcomed in, just like Harumi mentioned. An activator like Adita will give you a call, welcome you in with open arms. Then you can join our learning tracks. Currently, we have 4 tracks running across mindset, systems, finance, and ventures. This is a great place to learn and to connect. Then you can get involved in voting, selecting our ventures, join the venture announcement and find out who those ventures are, and together get to action on the world's to-do list. And for us, that is the UN Sustainable Development Goals, and it spirals out from there into sustainable change. You'll hear us talk a lot about on your own terms. SheEO is really a community that you get out of what you put into it, and whatever you put in is the right thing for you. We encourage you to participate to the best of your ability, to the most that you want to, but not to feel any pressure or guilt around how you participate. Really simple how you activate. I'll share a link in the chat. You just select your region and your payment, share your email and your name, and then you are invited to join in. You'll get a welcome email. You'll have a welcome call with me where we'll get oriented and be able to decide together what your next steps are. So I'm going to share a poll, and on the poll, Finn, you can stop sharing screen. Thank you. On the poll, you'll see a couple of questions. The first one is, did you meet someone today that you'd like to stay in touch with? The second is, are you interested in getting more involved in the SheEO community? And finally, would you like someone to reach out and say hello? The very last thing I'm going to say before we, 2 last things actually. The first is an invitation to share your reflections on today's call. We at SheEO are deeply obsessed with your feedback. We always want to know what you're thinking, what's resonating with you, ways that we can change and grow to make our time together more productive, more valuable for you. And we do like to post a photo wrap up at the end of each one of these calls. So I'm going to unspotlight myself, and I'm going to take us into gallery view, and we are going to take a quick photo. So I would love if you can show me with your hands, with your faces, with your, however you want, how today's call was for you, smiles, whatever resonates. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna take a photo. There are 2 slides, so we'll do it twice. But you gotta keep it the whole time because you don't know if you're on screen 1 or screen 2. So 3, 2, 1. Yeah, perfect. And hold tight for me for just 1 moment. We are gonna head over to slide 2. Get it hyped again. 3, 2, 1. Amazing. That is it for me. Back to you, Connie.
Okay, thank you, Nat. I just want to reiterate this point about being on your own terms. This is an organization where you absolutely can come on your own terms. And I didn't really understand that until I got involved. And it's just a really lovely, warm feeling to be able to just be who you are. That there's not many places you get to do that and be appreciated for those, for what you bring. Okay, so we have covered a lot of ground today, and I certainly hope you've made some good connections, and I would absolutely welcome you. If you're not a member and you would like to be, please do join. You will not regret it. And in fact, you will be very, very happy to have done it. It's the best $92 a month you could spend, for certain. I see a lot of nods, a lot of activators that have seen that. So I invite you to join us. If the time's not right, then come back again later, because we would love to have you be part of what we're doing to, I think, really change the way business is done. So with that, I'm going to leave it and wish you a happy evening, afternoon, or day. See you later.
Thank you all for joining.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. And thank you, Connie, for being such a magical host today.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. Bye.
Bye.